Hello, Mixed Nutcases and Dog Days of Podcasting listeners. And this is Retrocast. We're going back in time again, and I am re-recording this because I was telling family stories and I was not using the podcast names for everyone. So, gotta do this again. Anyway, I can't remember what we did the morning of the wedding. I'm sure it was fun. I know it was fun. I just don't remember what it was. I'm not going to tell every little story. I am just going to say how nice it was to be. We had a really good Verbo. My sister took care of everything. My sister, who was there with her husband and 2 kids, she set it all up. She did everything. It was amazing. Just having everything taken care of. And she researched everything and she found a really great place. There were enough rooms for people to sleep in and be comfortable and all of that. And we ended up not being overcrowded or anything like that. We just had a lot of time together. And that time together is so special and really not something that you can replace. It was really great the way everybody got along. And, you know, if you told me that I'd want to be sharing a house with 1, 2, 3, 4 families and within my family, maybe 20 years ago, I would think you were cuckoo. But and it wasn't true, but I'll tell you, it was really fun. It was really great. So we were getting ready for the wedding. Everybody's clothes are all done. Everybody's getting a little more fancy. If you saw the picture from the night before, I had a pretty cool dress on and everything. We were all very fancy. Well, now we're getting super fancy, you know. Tex got a 3-piece linen suit, and my brother-in-law has a 3-piece linen suit, and my brother has a 3-piece suit. Actually, yeah, there's many 3-piece suits going around. And you know, we all have floor length, beautiful dresses that we're wearing. And even the younger people were all dressed very nicely. Just really great suits and dress shirts and ties and things like that on real little ones. One of my nephews, he is definitely got some good clothing style. He's been wearing suits for a couple of years. It all started for orchestra, and then it was Sweet 16s were happening, so he wanted to get a nicer suit for that. And then he did prom last year, so he got another suit for that. And it's just, he's definitely got some good taste in suits, so looking really good. So we're all getting ready, we're all going, and just as we're getting ready to leave, now we got a schedule for this wedding, okay? And it was 4:00 wedding happens, 4:20 cocktail hour happens, and everything is scheduled to the minute going throughout the evening. It was a very tight schedule, and I said, we are not going to be late. It was raining yesterday. That might cause us some problems and delays. We might have to fight for parking because now it's a Saturday and we're right in the middle of downtown. And I want to make sure we have plenty of time to be there early. We are not going to be late. Now, it is just a 10-minute drive away. I am going to give us a half hour. We're going to have plenty of time to get there. None of this like figuring things out. Whoever's coming with me, this is when we're leaving. We're going to go on time. No delays. So, as you know, got the beautiful dress on, got the hair just right, did everything just right. And my passengers are all ready. Everybody's got their shoes on, their fancy whatever. Open the door, and it's not just raining like it was raining the day before, which was a downpour. This is a monsoon, and I am not being hyperbolic here. I mean, I saw Noah building an ark. I mean, it was, whoa, flash flooding. There was a puddle on the front yard of the house coming within a couple feet of the doorstep there. It was intense. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I put on my hat to give myself some protection, head on out and get in I'm like, let me get it all started up. Then I'll wave you all out, get in. By the way, we finally figured out how to put there's little steps on the Expedition. We didn't figure out how to get those steps set up until that afternoon. Yeah, where did we go? We went somewhere. I can't remember where we went in the morning, but I remember it was like a whole ordeal. Oh no, it was the night before. We figured it out Tech figured it out when I went into the Piggly Wiggly with my sister, and Tech got it figured out because my mom was like, this thing is way too tall. But anyway, got the footstep where you can climb in. Anyway, so that was all set up, got everybody all set up. And then as I went to the car, by the way, my feet were in ankle deep water to get into the car. So brand new shoes that actually were more expensive than my gown. Soaking wet. That's okay. They'll live. Second day they're soaking wet. No big deal. Get everybody in the car. We're all getting ready to leave. And then I see the garage door open, and my sister was so smart. She then pulls the car into the garage, and then people get in the garage. And I'm like, that would have been smart. There's a garage that they had set up as like a game room, and they just moved the couch so people could do that. I was like, oh, that was smart. Didn't think of that. But we're heading out, and you know when you're driving a car and it feels like a boat? Well, if you think that you're driving a car and it feels like a boat, and there is waves splashing up to the windows of said boat-like car, and you're creating a wake as you drive, it really feels like you're in an amphibious boat. And that's pretty much what it felt like. And so, yeah, so we made our way down. We got there enough time. We were absolutely rained out. So when we got there, I dropped my my mother and sister off at the door so that they didn't have to cross the street or anything like that. So they got out. We went and got parking. Tech stayed in the car in his white linen suit as I paid for paid at the meter. And then we made our way to the venue. And as we were walking up the hill, got under some trees. It wasn't so bad. And my brother-in-law is pulling their car in. So he was at the car getting out. And then we walked on up and we get in, and there's my niece, the bride, sitting there on the deck there. And her groom is like right there too. And I was like, hey, how's it going? She's like, well, not getting married on time because there's no one place to put everybody. So there was an outdoor tent set up, but no, there's no getting married in that tent in that rain. So we had to wait for the rain to pass. So we did cocktail hour, and we did a little bit of this. We did a little bit of that. I think we did dinner. Yeah, we did dinner before the wedding. Like we did just shuffled everything around. Made the best of it. She handled it like a champ. I have seen other brides get upset and have bad reactions for far less. Honestly, I had my own bad reactions for far less. Although I will say once like I got to the church, it was all of that was gone. I like about 30 minutes before getting to the church, all of my frustrations were just, I don't care. You know, my bouquet arrived and they were like, oh, by the way, we absolutely crunched your bouquet. So here's a replacement one. It's not orchids. It's just white roses. Not at all what you wanted. Here's the crushed one and here's the new one. Oh, and here's some cash. Sorry. And I was just like, what am I can't get upset, you know? And that was like the big stress on the day of, at least. There were a couple of little things, but like, for instance, we started running out of soda and juices. I had to send somebody out. Anyway, you don't care about that. Little things happened at mine. I don't think I handled them as well as my niece up here to handle them. And the groom handled them. Like, for instance, everybody was hot. He sent somebody out for a fan. Like, that's amazing. When I say a fan, this thing is like as big as I am. So they had that set up, by the way. Thank goodness. But yeah, everybody was making the best of it, doing their best. And, when things calmed down a little, there were lots of pictures, so many pictures. We have so many pictures. Although I'm still trying to find one of just Tech and I. I'm recording this. I'm going to have to ask some of my siblings if they have a picture of just Tech and I. Otherwise, I might have to do some creative cropping, because when we pose with other people, we have people in between us. And it's weird to share family pictures on the podcast, but I want to show the pictures. I might just like do something creative so you can see the different outfits if I need to. But anyway, yeah, so lots of pictures were being taken, lots of fun, lots of people talking, moving around, and we were all having a great time. By the way, this place made great Shirley Temples. I was the DD, so I was drinking Shirley Temples, and they were really good until they ran out of grenadine. And we had a blast. And then when, around sunset, the staff, they dried everything off as much as they could. They had these blowers to dry things off, going around with rags. And this wedding was the fastest wedding I had ever seen. It was really great. It was really cute. My two great nephews were the ring security, they said. They had these little badges and everything and shades. And as they walked down the aisle, the older one was pulling a wagon that in the wagon had my great niece in nice little padding. It was the cutest thing ever. It was so adorable. Yeah, like it was a beautiful wedding, beautiful ceremony. They were so sweet, so in love, exactly what you want to see. And it was lovely. And then the fun started happening and people were hanging out. And then later the dancing happened, there were like a lot of speeches, but some of them, created some tearjerker moments, really beautiful. Unfortunately, because there was no real good space, like they did them on the stairs and you could kind of hear it from like two of the rooms, but not everybody could hear it. But that's okay. That's okay. Dinner was great. The food was amazing. The cake was very nice. We all had a great time. And then there was dancing, lots and lots of dancing. And we were all so hot, but the dancing was just absolutely sweating, everything. At one point I'm like, oh, I am so hot. I need to go brush my hair because it is just in my face. And I need to like push it back and get a like ponytail holder or something. And so I'm on my way. I'm going to go to the washroom. I'm going to clean myself up. Tuck's like, I need to go to the washroom too. As we're going up the stairs to go back in the house, there's a worker coming out and she falls down the stairs. We're going in and we just hear thud, 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 thud. I was like, oh no. So we go and we do our, are you okay? Hang on. Don't move. Did you hit your head? Did you this? Give her a good old checkout, help her back up. I was like, okay, you need to put ice on that knee. You need to do this. You need to do, whatever. Just kind of helping her out and trying to tell everybody like, oh, let the girl take a break. And they're like, oh yeah, she does not need to be working. But it was very nice. And then, we had a great time. Then, some other stuff happened, wedding stuff. And we all went home. It was not a late night of games, I'll tell you that much. But as I said in my previous entry for the 15th, the 16th, my favorite thing about weddings is getting together and seeing people, having a great time with people. I will say I have some beautiful pictures, not enough. I was trying not to be like only focused on pictures because I wanted to be there in the moment. Like I didn't bring my own camera. I only had my phone cameras, right? I just wanted to be there in the moment. And I think I did that really well, but I do have some really good pictures of me and some nibblings, which I really am going to cherish. I did want to recreate one and I never got around to doing that. So maybe the next time I'm down in New York, I'll do that. There are two nibblings that I did. I have a picture from, like 12, 15 years ago. I don't even remember. And they're little and they're not little anymore. They're college age. And I just kind of want to recreate that one. I totally forgot to do that. It's like you have all this list of things you want to do when you see people and you never get to the whole list. But I got some new great moments and new ones. I've definitely there's like a series of pictures that tend to happen. And you'll notice you'll start to have them over and over again. Now, did not happen at this one, but a lot of times at weddings, it would be my mom and her two sisters dancing. And I always love finding that picture. Well, I've noticed that I get pictures of me and my very tall nibblings. So they'll be on either side of me, just towering me. It is very cute. I am not short. I'm not tall either. I am average, but I have some very tall nibblings, and I don't know, it's really cute when they tower over me. So we have a lot of really great pictures, more than I can even share. And I got to get more of them because all the folks that, like, there's a shared iPhone library, or iCloud library, but I need to get the Android library too, because all the people on Android, I need to see where they're saving their photos, because I need those too. It'll be fun. These are great photos. But yeah, when you see people, cherish those memories, take some photos, but try to live in the moment. That's my big thing. And just have fun.
Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.